MAGA, it's great. We've got so many friends. We've got each other. But the levers of power, they're owned by the left, even so-called conservative media. Two of the biggest newspapers in the country, New York Post and Wall Street Journal, they are generally conservative. New York Post has done some great work, but they're owned by News Corp, and no editorials this morning in support of Donald Trump. Maybe it's because Paul Ryan is on the board of News Corp. Who knows? But we have a situation here where, let's see, we have Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the one in trouble. Yet yesterday we learned that the FBI has information that Joe Biden may have received, along with Hunter, $10 million for getting rid of that prosecutor who was looking into Burisma. Paperwork, investigative data suggests as much. We are joined now by Congressman Pat Fallon, Republican of Texas. He's on that oversight committee. Welcome back to Newsmax, sir. It is just totally crazy. Listen, we'll get to the indictment in a little bit. First of all, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. You are a great American. And don't let those liberals say anything other than that.
I'm trying. Thank you so much. Listen, first off, the Oversight Committee, you finally are getting some cooperation from the FBI. This Form 1023, what do you make of it? And is it the real deal or not?
First of all, Greg, we're only getting cooperation from the FBI because we have subpoena power. They didn't do anything to aid this investigation for years. And then, even when he had subpoena power, they tried to obfuscate and delay and say, well, just Jamie Comer can come over and see this. How about the entire Oversight Committee? Because at the end of the day, our job on this committee is to ensure that the FBI is doing their job. So finally, the document was made available to everyone. And it's very concerning because it's not just some wild accusation, Greg. It's from this is the FBI's description, a highly credible source that they have worked with for over 10 years, that they have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to, that directly spoke to the person that's claiming that they bribed the Bidens. Also in the document, it says that Hunter Biden is not smart. So that that makes me believe it is definitely accurate and it is truthful, because we all know that's not the case. He ain't smart. And it's very troubling. And of course, all of the other things, you could teach a 3-credit college course about the Biden corruption. And
you can look, the pieces, you can put them together rather easily. I mean, Joe Biden, I actually want to play this tape of the phone call between Poroshenko and Joe Biden. Now, I have heard liberals from time to time say this is debunked, it's not true. But it seems pretty darn authentic to me. Poroshenko, Joe Biden on the phone circa 2015, we believe. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I met with the General Prosecutor Shokin.
Yes.
And despite of the fact that we didn't have any corruption charges, we don't have any information about he doing something wrong, I especially asked him, no, it was the day before yesterday, I especially asked him to resign.
Great.
And this is my second step for keeping my promises.
I agree.
Congressman Fallon, what do you make of that tape? I think it's pretty damning and it seems incredibly authentic.
Yeah, well, Greg, let's make sure your listeners understand that was a prosecutor in Ukraine that was looking into corruption charges against Burisma. And why is Burisma important? Well, first of all, it's what this whistleblower and a confidential source from the FBI is saying gave the Biden family $10 million. Oh, what else? Burisma had a board member, and his name was, what was it again? Oh, yeah, Hunter Biden. So this is incredibly damning, as you're saying. And again, by the way, in 2019, Joe Biden, the candidate, said he had no idea what his son did for a living and what his business is. He never met any of his business associates. He didn't know what he specifically did. We know that to be a patent lie. He met with scores of them. So why, you have to ask yourself, why did Joe Biden lie?
Let's go to the indictment. I've been through it. I am not impressed. I think this is another farce. I had a lot to say about it earlier in the show. Sir, your reaction?
Yeah, the 31 counts, it could be one count. I mean, they're just stretching, and it's very thin. It's untested legal theory, and it's gray area. Joe Biden's administration, Joe Biden ran on the fact that he would return our country to normalcy, in his words. And then he turns around and his administration indicts his chief political opponent. That's unprecedented. That's the exact opposite, 180 degrees from normalcy. President Trump has said to myself and others, they're always going to come after him. They're just never going to stop. because they fear him, because he does take on the swamp and he does take on the establishment. And that's why, you know what? And it's not just him. He really truly is between them and us, because who's going to be indicted next? Is it going to be members of the Senate, Congress, governors, journalists? You don't know. Nobody's safe when you don't have an equal, when Lady Justice is not blind and you don't have equal protection under the law, you don't have America anymore.
You know, I'm looking at those boxes we showed them a moment ago. Am I supposed to be shocked? I mean, there are boxes. When people leave a job, they take boxes, all right? I mean, and when you're the president of the United States, and oh, by the way, you're not just leaving a job, you're moving. I mean, you're moving your primary residence back to a house, oh, by the way, he owned back in the 1980s. By that, I mean, President Trump did not benefit by being in office. And these documents are not alleged to have been compromised, i.e., they weren't sent to China, no foreign operatives saw them. Final word, if you don't mind, real quick.
Sure. Sandy Berger got convicted of actually stealing documents from the National Archives and destroying them. But because he worked for a Democrat, he was given a $10,000 fine. This is ridiculous. It should not be criminal at all. And it is another hoax just to go after Donald Trump and to preserve Democratic power.
Congressman Pat Fallon, we so appreciate you. Good luck. Stay in touch. Carry on. Navy, right? What rank were you?
Air Force, sir. Captain, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, okay, then, yes, okay. I thought I might have to salute you, but you're saluting me. That works.
No. I'm saluting you, Greg.
You're the best. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back.
Thank you. God bless.